Everyone, Caleb Gessner here, Duckett Lad, Dental CPAs and Advisors with another video in our Acquisitions Academy. Today I want to review 3 non-financial metrics I think you should be considering when looking at a potential practice that you may be acquiring. These tips are really designed to help you move through the process quickly and evaluate practices very, very high level, but very quickly and try to alleviate some of the stress you may be feeling when in this part of the process in your professional journey. And the first metric I want you to consider looking at is the type of procedures being done in the practice that you are evaluating. If you're a younger dentist or a dentist right out of school, and you're comfortable with your general bread and butter dentistry, practice comes up and there's a lot of high dollar intense procedures being done, or maybe there's some sleep dentistry being done in the practice and you don't feel comfortable with that, quick red flag for you, probably not the practice for you. Mark that practice off your list and move on. Don't spend too much time looking at that practice. Second metric I want you to look at is patient flow. Now there's 2 ways to look at this. On one side, you could have no patient flow, which can be a red flag. There can be some upside to that. Maybe the current seller is maybe a little bit older and not putting as much effort into growing the practice. Maybe there's a lack of marketing in that practice. So no patient flow, typically not a great sign, but not always dead on arrival, if you know what I mean. There could be some embedded upsides. That's where your advisors guiding you through your acquisition should be able to help figure out what the lack of patient flow or the reason for that lack of patient flow is. On the flip side, if there's a high volume of patient flow, are you going to be able to sustain the growth that the seller is currently bringing in? Is there enough room in that practice to sustain the growth of new patient flow that's coming into the practice? Third metric I want you to consider is, what is the current production of the selling doctor? You may feel really good about your production levels. You may not feel really good about your current production levels. When you step into that new role as an owner, it's up to you to produce. A practice can look great on paper. Cash flow looks good. Financials look good. Market looks good. But if you're unable to produce the current production levels that the seller is, that practice is not going to transfer to you as easily, or you may not get the return on investment that you're looking at when you initially evaluate that practice. So consider these 3 metrics when looking at your next potential acquisition. As always, guys, if you have any questions for us, we'd love to have a conversation with you. Go to our website, ducketlad.com, fill out a work together page, and we'll talk soon.